How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video where hopefully I can teach a few of you people something new that's going to be pretty helpful. I know this is going to be common knowledge to most people, so do keep that in mind. I am going to be talking about the pulse cores and boosting your stats up by quite a bit, very easily and absolutely free and very effortless as well, to be able to use things like making overloads early and that sort of thing. So if that sounds interesting to you and you don't know exactly what I'm talking about with the pulse cores, then stick around. Otherwise, that's pretty much all I'm going to be talking about in this video, so I understand if you guys aren't very interested in that, because this is kind of common knowledge for most people. But I've had quite a few people message recently on Discord saying how come I didn't use spicy stews for this or anything like that, and how did I manage to get a buff without the spicy stews? And you can definitely do that just by doing what I'm going to talk about in this video. So we're going to head over and do that now, and I'll explain how it works, and then a good way to do it when you are boosting up to make things like potions and stuff, because it isn't as simple as just get the boost, make the potions, and then carry on. Because if you lose the boost, if you lose the level, then it's a pain in the ass, and there is a way to get around losing that level. So that's what we're going to talk about. If this video does help you out, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, leave a comment down below if you did know about this already or if you didn't. But we're going to head over now and sort this out, and I'll explain exactly how it works. So the pulse core here is something that is incredibly useful, and as you can see, it gives you a 50% XP boost yourself, or it gives you a 10% if you somebody else. But it also gives you a random buff to you and nearby players. The nearby players thing is the important thing, right? Because if you don't have any of these pulse cores on you, if you don't have any at all, don't worry, you don't need them. I'm going to put mine in the bank, and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. So the pulse cores will provide a level boost as well. As you can see in my skills list here, some of my stats are boosted very slightly. My gathering ones, for example. What we're going to do is head to Lumbridge on world 84. Okay, so open world select, go down to world 84 all the way down. I apologize about my voice, by the way. I'm still a little bit bunged up from a cold, but it is what it is. It's just fine. It's all good. So world 84, this is key, because world 84 is the skilling world, and you're going to use this to your advantage because there's going to be a lot of players skilling in one location using those pulse cores. Head to Lumbridge, and in Lumbridge there is the training camp where everyone puts all their portable stations and all that sort of stuff, which is another cool thing to know about if you didn't know about this, by the way. If you're new to the game or something, you may not know that in world 84 here in Lumbridge, in the training camp just over here, not even far from the lodestone, it's all these people doing skilling, and it doesn't look like that many, right? But then if you click here, look at that, so many people here doing skilling. It's crazy, like so many. But the great thing about this is they're all using pulse cores, or a lot of them will be using pulse cores, which means you can be a little sap just like me and come here and you can just stand and wait for the pulse cores to hit you. Now you'll notice they hit you because it'll make like a little chime noise, and there'll be a little explosion thing around you. You'll see it soon. There's some coins there, look. There's a lovely 50k and 50 GP. But there'll be a little explosion, and someone dropping coins. What? Okay, lovely. But anyway, there'll be a little explosion. You'll see it in a minute, and I'll show you how it works. But when it happens, you can get a big boost to your stats, and it's incredibly useful for doing stuff like there you go. That was it there. You saw it there, the little ring that go around and the noise. There you go, another one, very convenient. But it is going to give you a boost to your levels. You can see my combat stats have gone up here. You can see my other stats are boosted as well still. So this is incredibly useful because it can boost everything. It can boost your herb lore and your crafting and your smithing. If you are unable to make something and you don't quite have the level for it yet, but you would benefit from it, for example, overloads is probably the best example to give. At level 96 you can make normal overloads, but it's quite expensive to get there, right? Level 96 herb lore is really expensive. Considering 92 is halfway in experience, you can actually skip that and make them at 89. You can make regular overloads at level 89 herb lore by doing this. So if you stood here long enough, you would eventually get a herb lore boost. I'll put on screen right now the actual chart of showing what stats you can get from these pulse cores, and I'll quickly read them out right now. So the artisan ones, which is cooking, construction, crafting, fire making, fletching, herb lore, rune crafting, and smithing, will give you a 7 boost at the max. The combat stats is 7. That's probably not all that important because you're not going to really need to boost your combat stats here. You're just going to have a potion anyway. Then you've got the gatherer ones, which is for your hunter, archaeology, farming, divination, fishing, mining, and woodcutting. Those are 8 for archaeology and farming, 7 for hunter, and 11 for the other ones. And then you've got your support, which is agility, dungeoneering, slayer, and thieving. They are also 7. So basically 7 around the table, except for a few things, the gathering ones, which isn't all that important. Maybe it's a little bit if you want to get some specific resources and if they can be boosted. But basically, this is incredibly useful for making overloads and stuff. Now, there's a little trick you need to do to be able to do this and take advantage of it, because if you just got the buff from 89 and it took you to 96, that boost is going to expire pretty quick. So you would come to the bank, you would get your potions out, you would go to the well, make your potions and stuff, and then by the time you've done that 2 or 3 times, you're going to have dropped down to 95 herb lore, and then 94 and so on. So there is a trick that you can do to make this extend and last forever. The second you do get that buff, as soon as you see that go up, because you just have to wait, and if you don't get that one straight away, because it's not guaranteed, by the way, the buffs aren't guaranteed, you will have to wait until you get the one that you want. So you might wait in a few minutes to get your herb lore one. What you want to do the second you get that is hit escape and press exit to lobby. As soon as you get that buff, escape and exit to lobby. There's a reason for this, and the reason is when you get the buff, there's a certain game tick that is going to drop by 1, and that game tick can be like straight away. It can be almost straight away. It doesn't have to be a set amount from where you are when you get the buff. If it's due to come, then it will drop altogether. So you want to do that, and going to lobby resets that game tick. So what you want to do is lobby, press spacebar to get back in straight away, and immediately load your preset and make your overloads. You don't want to do this too long before you relog, because if you do, you're going to end up losing that buff. Usually you can make 2 to 3 inventories of overloads and then immediately press escape and lobby again. Once you've done this, like I say, it will reset that tick for you, and you can go back in and you'll have the full duration again to be able to make more overloads or do any more crafting or anything that you want to do to keep that buff. This also means, should you at all need a buff anywhere else in the game, for some reason that I don't know, you could get the buff from here, and then you could run away. You could travel to where you want to go, and as long as you lobby on the way and reset that tick, you can keep that buff forever. So if you do need to do this for anything whatsoever, you can definitely do that. If you needed the Slayer buff, for example, you could do that to fight the what do you call it, the Magister. The Magister, you can buff for a Slayer as well. So yeah, you can definitely do that. Like I say, the best thing for this is probably going to be the actual herb lore boost. You can use it for adrenaline potions, you can use it for your overload, you can use it for any potion whatsoever. And then also the crafting, if you needed the weapon, you wanted to make a Raxi weapon, the Noxious weapon, I believe you need 90 crafting for that, or 99, maybe I think it's 90. If you don't have 90, you can do that at 83, as long as you get the crafting buff. So it is pretty damn useful to know about, and hopefully it does help. Like I said, this has been common knowledge for most people, but for anyone who is new and just maybe doesn't know about it yet, this will probably be a pretty useful thing. And obviously 89 herb lore is a lot cheaper than 96, and you can get your overloads early on, and you can use those overloads to make extra money as well. So you can pay for your normal herb lore a lot easier that way. As you can see, we are now at 122 herb lore, so it definitely does work. That took a while for it to come through, but there it is. And if you are waiting here for a while, don't panic. It will happen. Like I've been waiting here 10-15 minutes sometimes, but making those spicy stews that people normally use is a pain in the ass. I would not recommend it if you are on a main account. If you're on Iron Man, you still have to use the spicy stews, but if you're on a main account, just get yourself here, get on with it, get your stuff done, and get out. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I hope it was helpful. If it did, if it was news to you, then leave a like, leave a comment down below and let me know. For the people who already know about this, and if you've been listening anyway, and you got this far, then let me know as well. You guys are insane, and I very much appreciate that too. Otherwise, channel members, thank you for the extra support you guys also all provide, always. It's very much appreciated. If anyone else wants to join the channel members, click the join button, power sub button. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. See you later, guys. Bye.